Good morning to all of you. Our chief guest, Mr. Tatsuya Yamada, the chief representative of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, in Sri Lanka. Our keynote speaker, Professor Pawan Kumar Singh, the Director, Indian Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli, or IIM Tiruchirappalli. Our special addressee, Mr. Joseph Pial Fernando, members of the CPM Council, the chairman of the technical committee, Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka, session chairman, speakers, panelists, sponsors, participants, CPM director, the management and staff. On behalf of the Chartered Professional Managers of Sri Lanka, I have great pleasure in welcoming you to the CPM MI12 Management Insight Summit 2025 on the theme Management X Factors for Sri Lanka, Maneuvering and Leading. So today you see that we have a very important topic which will explore innovation, resilience, leadership and strategic foresight. The topics covered in the 4 sessions will enable all participants to get the maximum with reference to our theme of the conference. They include the Management X Factor for Sri Lanka, Maneuvering and Leading, Driving Economic Complexity for Sri Lanka, Promoting Best Management Practices, Maneuvering and Leading, Harnessing the Digital Economy, a Catalyst for Sri Lanka's Growth. So we are very happy that this CPM Summit MI 2025 is exploring these very important factors. I am sure finding the X factor which our director would have looked into, and this will also explore and also enable emphasizing bold decision-making, agility and collaboration to navigate challenges and drive sustainable growth. It is a call to redefine paradigms, inspire excellence, and shape on thriving futures. So today, as I look at it, there are some very important areas that we need to take into account if we are really going forward. Now, if you see, our country has gone through very many difficulties, and I think the most difficult period is now over, and maybe 2022 was a very difficult and crisis situation. But today we have now achieved political stability with a new government in place with a 2/3 majority. The economy has been stabilized with the restructuring of the huge foreign and local debt, inflation controlled and brought below 5%, balance of payments stabilized, with taxation and income adjusted to reduce the gap in balance of payments, and on the whole, normalcy brought in all areas of economy and society. Hence now the management of X factors for Sri Lanka are urgently required to take the country forward. I am sure most of you who are present here will be able to listen to our very learned speakers, especially our chief guest and the keynote speaker, who will speak to you in depth. If you look at our economic situation, our reserves have now increased to rupees 6.5 billion. The tourism earnings and foreign remittances have increased. Exports need a massive jump with reactivation of the small and medium enterprises sector or SME sector. Actually, one of the suggestions that have been made for the export area, which I am sure our chief guest will be quite familiar of what is happening in Japan, is to set up what is called the export houses. And they are really institutions which will help the local producer and the small and medium sector. Another important area is, of course, the expenditure control, to which the government has given due attention, but it has to be done in all sectors, and one has to know what is the real cost of a product, what are the items that go into these, because many of them do not realize what their limiting factors are, what are the key factors that are sending this expenditure up. And one of the most important things relating to this, of course, is the productivity. If the productivity is increased, we know that it will definitely not only give increased quantum of products, but also bring down the price. Especially productivity in the agriculture and plantation sector are very essential with the rising cost of food and other products, and also to be competitive in the global market. Then we also see that we have a very huge public sector, and government should immediately start retraining all of them, because this should be the way that their work could be accelerated, and also they could be given the new technology that goes into making them useful public servants to serve the society. Then we also have the skill development, which is really part of the education area, but where we need the skill development to come, and these are all factors that will really make us productive, and also to withstand the great difficulties that we have undergone. Then we also have a large number of families who are receiving maybe grants, but if they should be given some way how they could be provided training and to contribute to the economy. Training would include education, skill development, and other areas. The most important area that the government has taken into account is, of course, the anti-corruption drive. This also is very important, and I'm sure will do a lot of good, and we are having a speaker who will be speaking on this area and will be able to give you new insights. Another important category of people are the youth of this country. We find that the youth are leaving the country in large numbers. Maybe that they cannot get the education at the right time. Maybe that they don't see that there is really a future for them in this country. So we need to make them wanted, give them the right education, and make them felt needed in order that they could contribute to the economy. And one of the special means that have been developed is, of course, the entrepreneurship drive, where we could turn them into entrepreneurs and where they could play a major role. Another important area that I see is, of course, the village development. Today, when we speak only of the big cities, either in Colombo or Kandy or any other areas, forgetting the outlying areas. There is a lot of scope in this area. There are a lot of youth available. They have a lot of talent where we can provide them the education, the skills, IT and English, and of course skill development, and where even we can get the support of foreign agencies in order that what is being taught, the skills they develop are of international quality and will help the country. One of the most important X factors that I see for this country is what is bothering them most. Today we are having a very high burden which we are carrying. Any government that comes in, including the present government, has been loaded with this high debt. It is not easy. You all know, even on personal capacity, the great difficulty, the great worries, the mental stress that you have if you are in debt. So I think the best way that we can try to overcome this situation, or to see that we will be in a position to pay the foreign debt, is of course economic activity, but that is insufficient. Even after 3-4 years, once the moratorium is over, we might be in difficulty. So I think we have to go on a massive drive for foreign direct investment. This should be a priority. And I think if we do this, it will not only help our country, it will develop our economy, it will develop our exports, and we will be able to build reserves to pay these large foreign debts. So I think the government has to seriously look at this, because I was told that countries like Vietnam is a very good example how they have been getting massive foreign direct investment and also having a thriving export income economy, and where they earn large amount of foreign exchange. I was just looking at their figures. Their exports, US dollars 405 billion. Trade surplus of US 24 billion. Sri Lanka exports a meager 16 billion. The biggest export, of course, is the garment industry. So we can see that unless we do some definite change in the way we are doing things, it will not be possible to follow the traditional way. Definitely, these have shown results. In fact, I know when you talk of the garment sector, we have been able to take them to the villages, where the village girls have made garments for the foreign markets, where we can all be proud. So it's the same thing. If we teach them IT, English, we will be able to attract foreign direct investment for the IT industry, where people in the villages will be able to do services for foreign countries. So I think that is one great area that is available for us. And today I think this conference will open the eyes of everyone, because we are talking of something which people have not spoken of. The theme, management X factors for Sri Lanka. Maneuvering and leading will provide the strategic foresights. So in maneuvering, we have to take the right turn. And in leading, we have to lead the right way. So I am sure that all of you are here. Do not think that the government is going to do this for you. It is the private sector, individuals, SME sector that will have to really play the main role. The government will give the support, but we have to ensure that we will be able to work hard and do this. So I am sure that this conference, which is really, will give much thought to everyone. Because as managers, today, what do people say? As a result of mismanagement, we have run into all these problems of high debt and bankruptcy. So we have a major role to play. We have to improve our management. We have to put things right. And of course, corruption, in this sense, anti-corruption is a great way to take things forward. If you are going to look at the least cost, save money, and we play a role, I'm sure there is a place for each and every Sri Lankan in this country. The youth will not have to leave the country, but the youth will be able to serve the country and also be happy, so that they will be able not only to earn a good living, but also serve the country and prosper both for themselves as well as the country. Thank you.